Okay, I'm not actually sure if I am live. It says that my video is currently restricted. So I'm just going to try and restart this. So if this comes up and people can see it, great. But it doesn't look like it's actually working for me. If it is, just type something in the chat because I can't actually see my video preview. And if it's working, I'd rather not restart. I've got a bunch of questions here that I'm going to cover. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here awkwardly. Okay, all right, cool. So the video's working good. I just can't see it, so that's not a problem. I don't need to see it. All right, so there's only 2 people viewing it at the moment. I assume that pretty soon there'll be a few more join in. My eye is still really playing up, but I can see fine out of it at the moment, so that's all good. I've got a few different questions here. And people may not be watching that have asked these questions, but they can go back and look at the video at a later date anyway. So the first one is to do with this. For example, if I run this program, I can't see any major errors looking down here at it. But straight away here, we get a whole lot of problems, okay? First of all, room should have a capital R, and it's going to make it my own version because that was someone else's. So room should have a capital R, bag should have a capital B. Rooms and bags are one of the exceptions where they should have a capital R. And I just noticed that this here, it looks like it's actually installing AdventureLib itself, so you may not necessarily need that file, which I thought it was, but Python is case sensitive. I'm not going to go through and fix all of these. This looks like the main problem that you're having. You may have other problems down there. I haven't had a look at them, but I can see that you haven't defined these classes properly. So in Python, rooms and bags are what are known as a class, and classes always start with capitals. These should all be lowercase. Everything else should be lowercase, but rooms, bags, the words true and false, they should be uppercase, but most things should be lowercase. So I have been going on about everything being lowercase in Python, so it's understandable. Some people may have made a mistake here, but if you saw my examples, I've got them in uppercase. So going through here, I'll run that again. It should give me an error down line 47 now, which is this one here. So let's just see if there's, I'll just go through and fix them. This isn't your copy, Tyler, so this has made a copy for me. So I'm not actually editing yours, and I'll run this. Okay, so you've spelt some stuff wrong here. So if we go up to here, you've spelt the room like that, and then down here, you've spelt it different, and you spelled it different here, and so on. So you need to make sure that you get the spelling correct. I'm not going to fix that. You might come up with some other errors. Generally, if it says not defined, you've either not defined it, so you haven't actually declared it anywhere, or you've spelt it wrong. So those would be kind of the main errors in there. Few other, let's see, next question, which is a bit more in depth, was Ryan's one. So I'll bring that up here. This might be it. No, that's Teague's. I'll come back to that in a sec. Okay, so I just need to open my email very briefly. Oh, it might be here. Here it is. And what was Ryan's question? Go direction code doesn't work. I actually did have a look at this, so let's have a look. I've checked everything, including the code. Okay, let's have a look. If Ryan is in the video there, then let me know what's going on. So if I type look, it doesn't work. look is not defined. Okay, all right. I'll just type go west. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Let's just have a look. Okay, down here. This is probably your main problem right there. I'll hit. There we go. It does work. that was it. You just had quotation marks around these when you don't actually need quotation marks around them. So it may work now. I'm not sure if there's other errors in there, but you don't need quotation marks around that bit because this is like a private variable in Python that keeps track of whether or not the file you're running is actually the main file that you're running or something else. And that's just the name of the file that you're running. It's not the same as the name up here. It's a completely different thing. You don't need to worry too much about that. And then it runs that function, but that does not need quotations around it. So some of you may got that error. Doesn't need more quotations around that one. Lastly, we'll get to teas. If there's anyone else that has questions that is watching, email me through now. And you've got my email. Email it through and send me a link to your code, and we can take some time to look at that. So what I've got here, if I run this, so what's the actual error? How do we replicate this error? Let's see. Direction not defined. Okay. So if I run this, what do I type? Give me something to type in here. If I type go west, you go west. So that seems to work. If I go back to here, let's see what it was. I know that there's a bit of a longer delay. I made the latency on this a little bit better so that you can see the screen clearer, but it probably means that you're about 10 seconds behind me. Okay, so how do I get there? Just kind of guide me through it. You type in down there, and I'll type it in the chat. Get key. Okay, go east. Get key. How do I get to the church? Let's see. What's the current room? Current room equals. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna have to guide me through it. If I type use key on gate, okay, use key on gate. I don't understand use key on gate. Okay, well that's all right. So go west. Ryan, I just answered your question previously. So if you want to rewind a little bit, you should see how to fix your error. Go west, go west. It says I don't see a key. North. Okay, so if I type get key, you don't see a key. I'll go north again. You cannot go that way. If you're at the gate, you need a key. If you have a key, type use key on gate. Okay, so if I type use key on gate, it says I don't understand use key on gate, and I also don't have the key. Okay, go east. Okay, get key, you pick up the key, go west, use key on gate. I don't understand use key on gate. All right, so what we've got here, if I type, you haven't actually written any code that says what to actually do when I use the key on the gate. So let's see, go south. Okay, I can see it's not going to work anyway. Whereabouts is it? The 10-second delay makes this really awkward. How do I get to the gate from here? Okay, go east. I'm at the boardwalk. Go east again. Go south. You cannot go that way. If you're at the gate, you need a key. Am I at the gate? I don't know. But I'm just going to explain something here, because it doesn't actually matter where I am. I can't go south again. I could go east maybe. Cannot go that way. Just type them all out at once. Like, type all the commands out at once, because I don't actually know whereabouts I am. If I restart this, oh no, I'm not going to do that because it will take me ages to find the key again. Go west, then south, then west, then south. Okay, go west, go south, go west, go south. All right, here we go. Use key on gate. I don't understand use key on gate. Okay, so in here, what you want to have somewhere is a when thing. I cannot edit in read only. Hold on. It's going to make me a copy to edit. So here, at when, use key on gate. And then def, use key. Something like this. And then, because you haven't actually said what to do with it, gate locked equals true. You cannot go this way without a key. All right, so we want to set gate locked to false. So we want to go global gate locked, and then we want to check if inventory.find, I'm assuming it's called key. If current room equals gate. We could do that all in one statement. Use key on gate if inventory.find, I'll do it this way, and current room equals gate, then gate locked equals false, print you unlock the gate. I'm not going to correct my spelling mistakes now. Else print you can't do that here. Now I could make it a bit more defined. I could say if they don't have the key, then print you don't have a key, or there is no gate here. I could make it a bit more specific, but this should work. It's not in the one that you sent me. So this is just the link that you sent me earlier. So there's nothing in there now that I can see. I'll just check my email, see if anyone else has emailed me any questions. Keegan Bahizia 12, so sort that out later. But that is how I would do it. Something similar to that. You could make it more generic, like use item on thing, and then have a whole lot of different conditions in there. But it doesn't matter if you do it that way or not. It's not going to affect your grade. But does that help? I could test it again, except I don't remember where the key is. And if you were to add something like that in, it should be fine. It should work. But I'll finish this video up in a minute. I'll wait because and then if you do want to have ask me some more questions in real time, I can do like a Zoom meeting if you would rather, just kind of one-on-one, or maybe a few people in there. And then you can share your screen with me. You can do things that way as well, rather than relying on this, and it might be a bit more relevant to you as well. I don't mind doing that, especially if some of you have some questions that you don't really know how to ask, or maybe there's so many errors that you're getting that there's too many questions to answer on a video. Feel free. Okay, no, you can test it. Well, you can test it. So I think that this would work. I'll just run it and see. So let's see. I'll run around until I find the key. Let's go. So go east. Oops, I'm waiting for the seconds. Go east. Oh, there we go. I've got to wait. Go east. Go west. Go west. Go north. Go west. I'm just kind of vaguely remembering. Go east. Get key. Go west. Go south. Go west. Go south. Go east. I'll get there eventually. Go east. Go south. Go west. Go south. Go west. Go west. Go south. The gate. All right. Use key on gate. You unlock the gate. Go south. You cannot go that way. If you're at the gate, you need a key. All right. So this is not actually working. If current room equals gate and direction equals south and gate locked equals true, gate locked should be equal to false unless the key, you are carrying key, it should be called a key. Yeah, it is called a key. So that bit should be fine. It did say you unlock the gate, so gate locked should be equal to false, but let's see, gate locked equal to true. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see down here. Go direction. If current room equals gate and direction equals south, yep, and gate locked equals true, you cannot go this way without a key. If you have one, type ULF. Okay, you cannot go this way. If you're at the gate, you need a key. Oh, it's saying this one here. So it must be, oh, I know what I didn't do. I don't think I added, maybe I didn't add the direction to it. So I'm not sure what room this is. If we go to, because this is gate, so it should be gate.south equals something, and so that's what I would have to add in here. Gate.south equals next room, whatever the next room is, that'll take me to there if you didn't have that connection there before. Although it looks like you could probably add that connection up here anyway, because you're already checking to see whether the gate is locked. Does that make sense? Okay, all right, cool. Okay, I'll finish up here because I've got a year 13 one I got to prepare for. If you want a shorter session, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, where we just get on Zoom and you can share your screen with me and I can just talk with you on a one-to-one basis, email me and I'll set that up for you later. So I've already got one student I'm going to do that with, and we'll set that up sometime after lunch today, probably about 1 o'clock or so. But if that time doesn't suit you, then email me. I'll contact you. You know who you are, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Please email me through questions. I can answer them here, or I can answer them if they're really small. I can just make a short video or email you a response. But I don't mind doing these, and if they're helpful, I'll keep doing them. So yeah.